Have you ever really stopped to think about how you hold a pencil? It feels so automatic, but it's actually a journey we've all taken, from a clumsy little fist to a really precise grip. It seems simple, but it's a remarkable developmental process, and we're going to break it all down.
So how exactly does a kid's first wild scribble eventually turn into a controlled, elegant signature? It's not magic, I promise you. It's a super fascinating process of our motor skills evolving step by step. Let's dig into the key stages of how this all happens.
So this whole journey pretty much unfolds in 4 distinct stages. We're going to start around age 1 with the fist grip, then move to the quadrupod, then the immature tripod, and finally land on the mature tripod grip by age 4 or so. We're going to watch as that control slowly sharpens into real precision.
Okay, let's jump right in at the very beginning with the first grasp. You can think of this as a whole-handed start, and honestly, it's just pure, powerful expression.
It all begins with what we call the fist grip. You've seen this, right? A child just grabs a crayon with their entire closed fist and uses their whole arm to move it around. At this point, the goal isn't accuracy at all. It's all about the joy and the discovery of just making a mark, any mark, on the paper. You're going to see this happen typically between the ages of 1 and 2. The movement is big, it's bold, and it's coming from the entire arm, not the fingers. This is such a foundational step for them to understand cause and effect. Hey, when I move my arm like this, a line appears. It's a huge deal.
So from that very first fist grip, the next stage starts to add a little more direction and control. The brain is starting to refine those big sweeping movements. And that brings us to the quadrupod grip.
Now, the key change here is all about the hand position. The child is now holding the pencil with about 4 fingers, and their palm is facing down towards the paper. This simple little shift gives them so much more stability and control over where that crayon is actually going. This grip usually starts showing up between 2 and 3 years old. That downward-facing palm and the use of 4 fingers, it's a really significant and obvious step up from the whole fist approach. You can literally see their nervous system getting better at isolating smaller muscle groups.
And now we get to the most important evolution in this entire journey, the tripod transformation. This is a crucial shift, and it's where the foundation for modern writing is really laid down.
So between 3 and 4 years old, we start to see the immature tripod grip emerge. Now the child is using the classic 3 fingers, the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger, but there's a catch, and it's a big one that totally defines this stage.
And here's that key detail. The movement is from the shoulder, so the hand looks like it's in the right position, but all the control is still coming from the large muscles of the shoulder and arm, not from the wrist and fingers. Not yet.
This brings us to the final step, to achieving real mastery. This journey, from using the shoulder to using the wrist, is the absolute key to developing the fine motor control needed for writing.
And this chart just illustrates the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the immature tripod, driven by the shoulder, which gives you less precision. And on the right, the mature tripod, driven by the wrist, which allows for that fine, precise control you need for writing letters and drawing details. The age difference might be small, but the leap in motor control is absolutely massive.
So, the mature tripod is our final destination. This is that efficient grip where all the little movements for writing and drawing are generated right from the wrist and fingers. It's what allows for speed, for accuracy, and for endurance when we write. So when you trace the whole path, you can see this beautiful, clear progression. We start with that whole arm movement in the fist grip. Then we gain directional control with the quadrupod grip. We find the 3-fingered shape with the immature tripod, but it's still powered by the shoulder. And finally, we achieve real precision with the mature tripod, powered by the wrist. Really, the entire journey boils down to this. It's all about shifting control from the large muscles of the arm and shoulder down to the small, fine motor muscles of the wrist and fingers. That right there is the secret to learning how to write. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? This amazing, predictable progression from a clumsy fist to a precision tool is happening right before our eyes, all the time. What other incredible developmental journeys are out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be noticed?